Hi, Mountain Loop Motorcars. In this video, I'm going to be going over 3 things to help you guys sell more cars using social media. The first thing I'll be going over is looking at your guys' social medias and giving my critique on what you guys are doing good and what you can improve on to better leverage them compared to what your competitors are doing. And then the second thing I'll be going over is an introduction to Facebook's Ads Manager and how I create ads for my clients to get more customers. And the third thing I'll be going over is how you guys will make money off of my services, as well as going into a cost breakdown to looking at how many cars you have to sell for my service to even be profitable for you guys. So right now we're at your guys' Facebook page right now, and you guys have a pretty good profile picture. This looks like it was taken with a camera of some sort. So, I see you guys, made sure that it was pretty good. It was pretty readable. So that's good. You guys also had a couple other profile pictures, which obviously you saw that you guys needed to improve that, so that's awesome. You also have a pretty good banner. You guys say we'll get you financed, and then that's awesome. It also shows your phone number, your logo, as well as your street address. So you're doing a multiple of things in this cover picture, which is awesome. So no complaints about that. The only really input I'd have is maybe just getting a higher quality image here for your guys' logo. But other than that, if you guys didn't change that, it wouldn't really affect a thing. Going down to your about page, you guys have your necessary info for Find Us, and then your hours, business info, additional contact info. The only thing I'd really recommend here is we'll be talking about your other social medias in a second, but definitely having those linked here so people can connect with you on other social media platforms that you guys are on. So and then you got more info, just a little snippet. And then you guys do an awesome job about your story, which I think is the most important part, other than the contact info, is having some information on your guys' story, which is awesome. So really love that. Moving down to photos, and this is kind of getting in when we'll be talking about photos and videos in a little bit, and like postings and what kind of content you guys should be posting. But overall, your guys' photos are pretty awesome. It's not really too abnormal, or not abnormal at all, for a car dealership to be posting pictures of what they're having in the inventory, especially cars that they really want to sell. So they're gonna make sure that it's on every square inch of the internet for people to see that. So that's awesome. Really the only recommendation I would have is maybe take a little more effort into your guys' photos and actually show what it actually looks like on the inside, as well as like the back side. I know that you guys do have those pictures on your guys' page, but pretty easy to add in. Just gives a little more detail to the car's detail if someone was really interested in it. I know that they could just call the number that you guys have on every picture, but just something I recommend, as well as you guys do a really good job, I must say, about posting pictures of customers. So like this GT that someone bought, that's awesome, and it's a family, as well as this woman that bought this Mazda, that's awesome. Just showcasing your happy customers. So this is all awesome. And they really only you guys do a phenomenal job on posting pictures, again with customers. And then the only thing I'd really recommend you guys be posting is maybe pictures of your guys' establishment a little more. Maybe a picture of all the cars that you guys have, or like a picture of maybe a wide angle photo of the cars that you're selling. other than that, you guys are doing pretty awesome with that. So moving on to videos. So you guys do have some videos, and like I'm not gonna, well, we can click on it, and basically it's just like this like slideshow of like cars that you're selling, which is still good. It's still good content. It's not very personal, I would say. So we'll jump over to this other Facebook page in a second, but I would recommend you guys shooting maybe just like a minute video, and with your iPhone or your Android, some smartphone with a decent camera on it, and basically just take a minute and just walk around the vehicle and show like what it looks like inside, what does the front look like, what does the back look like, and just post it on here. And this is just it's just an awesome way for someone to actually get a person or a first person point of view to actually view the vehicle. And if they're so interested in it, they'll actually come out to your guys' lot and want to check out in person. So, and you guys are already doing pretty good with the amount of views you are getting. Between 25 and 100. It's not like a ton at all, and like we'll talk about your following in a second, but still, like if you can get 1 out of 30 reviews for someone to be interested in maybe a new Mercedes or a new Beamer or any type of car, and it was found from a minute video, I think it's definitely worth it. So going down to your guys' posts, so this was a pin post. It's this is decent. This video, it's a nice slideshow and just gives like some information about you guys, your guys' establishment. I don't know if all caps is really necessary. That's your guys' call. But so in terms of your posting frequency, so this was posted yesterday of some new arrivals, saying happy holidays. That's awesome. So December 2nd and then December 23rd. So, I mean, that's a pretty big gap. November 27th. And that was just for a stolen vehicle that you guys had on November 11th. So I would definitely be, recommending you guys to be at least posting, between 1 and 2 times a day on your guys' Facebook page. At bare minimum, just 1 time a day. That's what I, recommend, clients in this niche that, you guys don't have to be posting, a ton on your guys' Facebook page, but just something whether it's just something about, that's in like the car niche, or if it's, a picture of, or a video tour of a new car that you're listing. It could be really anything on your car niche, or really anything specific to your guys' what kind of cars your guys are listing. It could be anything. Just be posting between 1 to 2 times a day, at bare minimum 1 time a day. That's just what I would recommend. So and in terms of content, like I said, you guys don't have to reinvent the wheel with the type of content you guys will be posting. So like I said, something like a car video tour, or pictures of a listing car that you're selling that you really want to sell, or if it's just like a trending video of a car. It could be really anything. You guys don't have to, like I said, reinvent the wheel. So going down to your guys' community postings, so you guys have about 225 follows and 226 likes. That's a good amount. It's a lot better than other people where they don't even post on their Facebook and they have literally less than 10 people following them. So this is awesome. And what's even more awesome is that you get these organic posts from these customers that are really happy with their purchase. So this one was for a 2009 Subaru. This one is just promoting your guys's establishment, which is fine. Another one, this looks like, maybe her first car. She looks like in high school. So that's awesome. And that actually looks like that's all of the, posts or public posts in your community page. And to increase, I would actually, recommend, actually, talking to your customer and say like, hey, like I would really love it if you could, if you're going to make a Facebook post, with your new car, I would love it if, you guys would tag us in it, and, and that's it, and so they would be shown up by this community postings. And what this does is it further leverages your guys' Facebook page, where people, like me, like a visitor, if I wanted to, buy my first car, I might go down here and I would want to investigate, if this is the right establishment I would want to approach towards. So, and I would go down to, all of your pages that we went through in your community, and I would say, oh wow, this guy bought this 2009 Subaru, and hey, maybe that's a car that I'm into, or maybe if it's a totally different car, but he had a good experience with them, so it might be an establishment I might want to go with and buy a car with. So it's the smaller things that can make the differences between a good page and a great page. So that's what I would just just recommend people to just tag you in a post. And it doesn't really have to be forceful at all, but it's just a great way to get organic postings for your page. The last thing, events. So I saw that you guys had a used car sale event, about a year ago exactly. So if you guys don't have any upcoming events, I would recommend you guys just removing this page off of your guys' Facebook, because it's not really doing a lot to inform your guys' potential customers and followers that there's an event coming up. So but if you do have plans to have an event in the future, like I would definitely keep this here. Other than that, it's pretty much just a waste of space and a waste of time for a viewer to go over here. So that's about it for looking at your guys' Facebook page. And then going on to your guys' actual website. So, right off the bat, you guys have a phenomenal website. Very, very laid out, very detailed. Very easy to navigate. As well as viewing where you guys are. So nothing too much to say here. Other than that, I couldn't find any social media links to your guys' Facebook or your other social medias. So, like what I would do is actually, make sure that your guys' social media links, like for your Facebook and your LinkedIn and your YouTube, is actually up here. Like it's either up here or down here, or in your contact section, where people can just easily like link to towards your guys' social media and connect with you that way. Because you might have a couple hundred or thousands of people visiting your guys' website, and they might have Facebooks, and they'd be really interested in actually viewing your guys' Facebook and looking at what kind of establishment you guys have, because you can't really tell on the inside what your guys' establishment is without actually like going to your Facebook and going to your other social medias. So you just want to make it easier for your potential customer to check you guys out. So that's all I would really recommend. If you wanted to go a step further, you might want to if you guys are going to make a video about a car, I would definitely maybe upload the video to, if you made a video doing a walk around of this truck, I would definitely want to upload it to here, so people can also look at the videos, or look at the pictures, but also look at the video, so they can just get a more immersive feel into what the truck actually looks like in whatever car you do videotape. So that's what I'd recommend. So moving down to your other guys' social medias. So Twitter, you guys don't have a Twitter account, totally okay. I don't actually recommend, you guys in the car niche to have a Twitter account. It's really not, that worth it for you guys to spend the effort to post here. If you guys did decide to make a Twitter account and want to post, I would just be linking the content you guys are posting on your guys' Facebook and Instagram, or on YouTube, or whatever, even on your website, from your Twitter, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel and think of other content to post on Twitter. Moving on to LinkedIn. So you guys have a LinkedIn account for your guys' company page, which is awesome. Like the only really thing I did see is that it says that you guys are in Granite Falls, which I know you guys aren't. You guys are in Marysville. So, other than that, I don't know if it's just because of what I can view, but it doesn't seem like there's a logo here. So you definitely want that. And you can't see your guys's about us or company details. And then I don't know if I can actually see. Okay, so yeah, so I can't actually view like the employees that work with you guys, but that's okay. But overall, that's awesome that you guys have a LinkedIn profile for your employees to link to. So I would definitely to grow this, mention to your employees that, hey, we have a LinkedIn account or LinkedIn company page. It'd be awesome if you could link with us, so you kind of have this like snowballing effect of people that have experience and so maybe let me go back for a second. Is that so when someone goes to your LinkedIn page from your guys' Facebook page, from having a link down here or in your guys' website, I would make sure that you guys have employees to showcase and show that, hey, we're a reputable company with reputable people to stand by. So that's all I'd recommend. Moving on to Pinterest. You guys don't have a Pinterest. I don't recommend any of my clients to have a Pinterest account, because it's really just a waste of time and effort. It's basically like Instagram into like the type of content you're posting, but it really doesn't go anywhere for generating more customers or any traffic or anything. So moving on to Google Plus. So I see that you guys are verified, so that's awesome. You guys don't look like you have any followings, as well as any posts, or really any content other than your guys' logo, which seems to be outdated compared to your Facebook logo. So maybe if you guys do want to continue running your Google Plus, like I said, posting, at least like post once a day, I'd say, and maybe just linking to them from a Facebook post or from a Instagram post. But that's really all I'd recommend. Google Plus, for you guys' niche is really not that recommended, to be honest. So going on to YouTube, so I was surprised to find that you actually have a YouTube video that was actually made for you guys back in August of 2016, which is awesome. I love this video. It's a very cool business story video that showcases your services, as well as the products that you do, and we get like little. You guys are accredited from the Better Business Bureau, which is awesome. As well, it shows off your establishment. This is a phenomenal video to take advantage of and to really use on your guys' Facebook page. And what I'd really recommend doing is, having this posted on your guys' Facebook page and having it pinned at the top at least. that's really your decision if you want to take away this post about lenders waiting for your customer's approval. Or you can guys can replace your guys' cover page with this video, which one of your competitor does, and it's really engaging. So I'd really recommend you guys really looking at the power of this video and how well it markets your guys' business and establishment and your guys' values. So I would definitely look at DataSphere videos and seeing if you can get like the original video from them. If not, there's tools online which you can just grab the video and get the hard file from and just use it on your leisure. But this is just a phenomenal video that you guys should really use. So moving on to the last social media, Instagram. So I see that you guys don't have an Instagram page, but you guys have people, geotagging you guys or doing a hashtag, which is awesome. At least you guys have some people that are willing to actually post at your location, which is awesome. As well as, we have several other pictures of people tagging you guys. So this is just awesome. I think this is maybe an employee. So I would definitely encourage you guys to make an Instagram page, and so you can capitalize off of these people that are posting and tagging you guys, because a lot of these are getting a good amount of traffic. 42 likes, 57 likes, 6 likes, 14 likes, 31 likes, 14 likes. So, a decent amount of traffic that can definitely come from your guys's, Instagram page. So, this is definitely awesome. And like I said, from your guys's Facebook page is, be posting, content, just within your guys's car niche. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be, postings of your guys' listings and, like what kind of vehicles you're selling. It could be really anything from, a viral video to, a car wreck, or to really anything about cars that people would be interested in following you for that. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend. So going over really quickly before we go over to the Facebook Ads Manager is one of your competitors' Facebook pages, and so like right off the bat, you can see that they're playing a video right when you get into it. Like it's almost like forceful that it plays it automatically, and it really engages you. Other than that, the thing is that it really engages you right when you get to the Facebook page, and that's what I'm really looking at, is like using this video on your guys's Facebook page, kind of like how they use this video. And this video is it's okay, it's like you can kind of see it's like hokey pokey, not a lot of like editing done, and it's not very personable, which yours is. So that's what I would just really recommend you guys do. And this is a good example of how it can just grasp, your guys' visitors' attention. Going down to posts really quickly, and like I said, like they, said Happy New Year's, a couple days ago. They posted, a new car listing, and they even linked their website. Again, advertising, 4x4 and SUVs that they sell. Just like, and again, like just something to go with, you know, Merry, like Christmas. It doesn't really have to be anything special. I mean, they probably have like a graphic designer doing that stuff, but you guys don't have to have a graphic designer. You know, you guys, you know, look at that. You know, they probably did this on their own with, you know, learning a little bit of editing themselves. So it doesn't take a lot of, brains to create with content. And look at the, you know, it got 1 like and 17 shares. So that's an enormous amount of engagement that you can get with, you know, Facebook and posting on Facebook every pretty much day. And this is what they do. You know, December 23rd was done there, or December 27th, December 24th. Another one December 24th, and then December 23rd. So, you know, they're posting between every day or every other day, which is awesome, you know. So this is a really good model for, you know, how much they're posting and what kind of content they're posting. Again, you know, they're posting pictures of like what it looks like inside the car, what it looks like when you step in, the side. So just a really good, you know, for their posting strategy, really great to model off of. Going down to, okay, so reviews. So I noticed that you guys don't actually have a review page on your guys' Facebook. So I would definitely, you know, make sure you guys have a review page where people can review you, and where, you know, that 4.5 out of stars for their establishment. You know, maybe that would be the breaking point for me if I was, you know, debating whether going to Used Cars Everett or, you know, Mountain Loop Motorcars. You know, it really, you know, I can see that they look like well more established than your guys' Facebook page. So I would definitely, you know, maybe, like I said, that would make the difference in actually going with them. So you want to make sure that you guys have your guys' review page up where people can review you. So like I talked about, looking at your guys', you know, what kind of video content you guys should be posting. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know, they do this little edit at the beginning. That's okay. You know, you guys don't have to do that. And then they just do this quick, you know, walk around, and you get this, you know, feel of like what it's like to actually like look inside, and you see the leather seats, you see the steering wheel, you see the, you know, the back side of it. You get to see the back of the vehicle. So it's just a really great and short way to show, you know, what the vehicle looks like without actually being there. And they have, you know, quite a lot of these videos. And they're getting a decent amount of views. Also, this is into relation of their following. So obviously their followers are gonna obviously look at their videos. But, you know, 38 views, 27 views, you know, around there. 144 reviews, 143 reviews, 29, 30, 171 for this Beamer. So, you know, 154, 1.3K. You know, this might have been promoted. Same thing with this one and this one. But the point is that, you know, how many views you need to actually have them convert? Maybe like 1 out of 100, maybe 1 out of 1,000. That might even be a little too much, but I mean, basically, you know, it just gives a great way for people to get more and more interested into their into like what kind of you know, car you guys are selling. So going down to photos, I don't know if there's really too much to go down here with. You know, yeah, not too much that we already went over. About their about page, so they don't have a story, which, you know, that's, you know, if I was trying to help them, I'd definitely say, you know, hey guys, you know, you need to you know, just insert a bit of a story. It doesn't have to be anything long, maybe like 2 paragraphs at minimum. as well as like the really cool thing is that they actually have their team members. So I know with your guys' Facebook page, you guys don't have an area for your team members. So it's dependent on what kind of privacy your guys, your employees are willing to share. But basically, this is an awesome way to not just view, this establishment as, a place where they're probably just wanting to sell me, is that, they're actually they're real people. And, this, he manages Everett Used Cars, and, that's awesome. Like he actually has, a personality. He actually has someone behind, or there's someone behind the curtains and someone actually, with a personality other than just a businessman behind the establishment. So that's just something I would recommend maybe looking into. So community postings, they have about 1,500 followers, 1,500 likes. Obviously, they didn't do this, without, it wasn't for free. So, it obviously as well took some time to do that. Yeah. So obviously you can expect that, they're, 617 views for this, video. Came from, definitely from their followers. So, and then going into, I think the most important pages out of this this Facebook page is that you can apply to your Facebook page, is this page to get offers where basically your following can get notified for an offer that you guys might have. So what this will do is it'll help you guys not only save money on advertising and effort on getting the word out, but it makes it more simplified for people to get notified about a new offer, because they just opt in and that's about it. And you just tell Facebook, at any point in time that you guys are having an offer, and it'll notify them. So this is a powerful tool to use to leverage your guys' Facebook. And then going on to another page where you can actually look at their guys' inventory, which is awesome. A powerful tool, again, because I don't have to go to, their guys' website to actually look at, what are they viewing, or, what kind of inventory do they have? Am I interested in buying a Maserati or a Honda Accord? I can look at, the year, make, model, mileage, price, and body type. So that's awesome. And so I would just highly encourage you guys, to look into that and look into actually including that into your guys' Facebook page, so you can, make it just a little more easier for your guys' following, your guys' potential customer, to look at what kind of cars and what kind of products you guys offer. So that's going to be about it. So the next thing I'd like to go into is actually a introduction to Facebook's Ads Manager. So other than that, why I recommend Facebook Ads Manager among any else form of advertising is because you can actually go into the specifics and get the raw data that you need to have to make decisions for your guys' establishment going forward. So, you can make sure that you guys are making the right decision on your guys' marketing objective. Are you guys looking for brand awareness, or, reaching people? Is it consideration, where you can get traffic, engagement, which we'll be going over an ad example here, and then or is it app installs, or is it video review or views? Is it lead generation? Is it messages? Is it conversions? Are you guys an e-commerce store? Obviously not, but do you want conversions? Do you want catalog sales? Maybe for you guys, you'd want store visits, so that'd be something you'd want to look into. But for this video, I'm going to be going over an example of how to run an engagement ad, which engagement ads are extremely powerful in leveraging Facebook's pretty much database of people. The 2.2 or 2 billion people that use Facebook. It's extremely powerful. So basically, we can choose between getting post engagements, page likes, or event responses. And since we'll be doing an ad about a car and making an offer, we would definitely want post engagements. And going down to the actual making the ad, the first step is actually looking at your guys' audience. So we can pick anywhere around the world. So we would want to make sure that we market towards the people that are just in your local area. So we definitely want to go to Marysville, if I can spell it right. So Marysville, and a 25-mile radius. This is just the automatic radius that Facebook gives us. But I like to do about 15 to 20-mile radius. So we'll be getting Arlington. We'll be getting a bit of Stanwood, a little bit of Camino Island, all of Marysville. Most of Everett, all of Everett, and then a side of Mukilteo, and then a little bit, I think, of Linwood, and a little bit of Monroe. So that I feel like gives us a really good amount of area to market towards. And now we want to think about, what kind of age group are we, trying to market towards? So maybe because this is we'll be marketing a Mercedes-Benz, this is more of a higher class vehicle that not any, high school graduate might want to be asking for their first car. So maybe let's say, between 25 and 30. So we want to, assume that, they're already making a good amount of money to afford, I think the car is like 12 or 10 grand. Okay. And, we could choose between, what gender we want to market towards. I think for, I'm pretty sure this is a Mercedes-Benz SUV type or luxury SUV. So we definitely want to market towards both men and women because they might, prefer it, but it's really your guys' choice. So what now we go into the nitty gritty of the detailed targeting on, if you could, look at, if you could make a list of the characteristics of your, ideal customer, what would they be? And so what this does is it opens us up to looking at the demographics, interests, and behaviors and other categories that Facebook tracks among their users. So because this is a high-end car, we would want to definitely look at, income. So let's say, they're at least making, let's say, 75 to 100 grand. Or maybe they're making a little less. So we'll go to financial income and we'll go to, between 50 and 75. So that puts us at, 21,000 people that we can market towards people in this 15-mile radius. So now we want to go into maybe their education. So, you want to make sure that they have a good educational level. So, let's say that, they have their master's degree. So let's look at that. So I bumped it up about 1,000 people that have their master's degree. And then let's look at, that let's market towards the people that are actually interested in buying a Mercedes. So let's see if I can spell Mercedes. So Mercedes-Benz right there. So that bumped it up another, I think, 2,000 people. So 23,000 people that we can market towards right now. Maybe we want to make sure that they're a college grad. All right, so 40,000 people. So that was a pretty big jump up in people. So actually, for looking at a potential reach, I find a really good balance of having between 20 and 30,000 people in my potential reach, because I find that it makes it a lot, comfortable, where it's not too broad, but it's not too defined where there are too few people. So I'd actually delete, college grad, and, maybe find another one. So maybe they're just interested in foreign cars. So maybe BMW, they're interested in that. So 25,000, that's an awesome number. I'm going to stick with that. And then once we're done with that, we can look at the placements, and definitely something I do for the clients when I write ads is make sure that I edit the placements, because this is crucial. And I've had to learn the hard way with my clients that not all of these platforms actually work the best. And I'll tell you right off the bat that Facebook feeds is the really only one you want to be running. Not instant articles, not instant videos, not right column, ads, not suggested videos, not, maybe Instagram. If you guys do have an Instagram, and if you guys do want to make an Instagram, and are posting, and grow and want to market on Instagram, definitely do that. That's definitely a feasible way too, because Facebook owns Instagram, but only in feeds. But basically, I only do Facebook feeds because I know that the amount of traffic that I'm going to get from banner ads and in-stream videos and rewarded videos are going to be few. And the amount of money I'm going to spend on these networks it's going to be a lot, and it's not going to go anywhere. So that's why I recommend just doing feeds. So I know that I'm already grabbing that person's attention because they're already looking at content like from their friends or from other followers. So that's what I would recommend. So then going down, and then to this, I just do all mobile devices. I don't really care, what kind of, Android or iOS I'm marketing towards. But so now we go into, the budget and schedule, and probably a huge part about this is, wondering how much is enough to actually market an ad. How much should I spend really? And what I recommend, just generally with an advertising budget, not just for an ad, keep in mind this is just running an ad, but for an entire advertising budget, I recommend between at least $600 to $700 starting off. So that's what I've seen that's most effective with starting with Facebook ads, and not jumping the gun too much where there's a huge investment towards Facebook advertising. There's just enough where you can really get the ball rolling and see where it goes. So right now we're at the budget and schedule. So for this engagement ad, I might throw $100 at, or I might even go to a little more specific and look at the daily budget. But basically, I want to at least maybe it might even be not even $100. It might just be $75 because we're not running that ad for a long time. It's about a little less than a week, or we'll just make it a week. So you want to make sure that you're not spending your money like a madman and just being like, all right, I'll spend all my $500 or $600 to $700 on just one ad, which it's gonna generate a lot of traffic and engagement, but you want to make sure that you're just kind of just sampling ads and seeing where they go. And so that's what I would do, $75 out of a $600-700 budget. That's, pretty healthy just to see where this ad will go. And then now it goes to the actual nitty gritty on, is it going to be a single image, a single video, or a slideshow? So any of these options would really work. Maybe if it's a video of like I said, a minute video of going around the video or not going around the video, but going around the car. This would be an awesome, way to advertise that. And it's not going to cost as much because it's only a minute long. Or you guys can do a slideshow. You guys offer a plethora of videos on your guys' main page of the cars that you guys sell. So it might be a slideshow. So you want to make sure that your potential customer is, getting the full walk around, so to speak, of their car through pictures, or it might just be a single image, which we'll be using today. So for this ad, as you can see the preview, I found this very cool black Mercedes-Benz GL class 450 that I really love. I'm a big Mercedes guy. So this is what I found, and you can notice here that I wanted to do this offer, and you guys can do ads, and I'll be going over, kind of like the battle plan of, how I'll be, what kind of ads I'll be running. But basically, you want to make sure that you guys are throwing an offer out there to make sure that, they, that your guys', people that you're reaching aren't, people just looking at it and be like, oh, it's another Mercedes-Benz that someone wants to sell to me. You want to make sure that there's some kind of an incentive for them to get in this as well. So that's why I said, get a, a $300 gift card with this clean 2007 Mercedes-Benz. So, this is what I would do to, just create like a little more leverage, a little more engagement where people would be like, oh, I think that's awesome. $100 gift card, and I get and I buy a car. That sounds awesome. So they might like it. They might comment it. They might even share it with someone. So that's really cool. And kind of going over additional features with this is that you can look at the preview of what it would look like. So maybe on a feature phone or on the desktop, it's just a bigger version of the ad, but basically that's about it, and you want to make sure that it's just you're providing an incentive, something where it would stop people and be like, wow, that's actually kind of cool, or that seems, something that I would do, or something that I would be interested in. The second thing that you can do with this, with the actual literal ad, is have them actually linked to your guys' website, which I basically just link them over to your guys' main website so they can just visit your home. Come back to I might even go so far as actually link them to the actual page that the Mercedes-Benz is at, so they can just go from the ad to their to the actual landing page, and maybe fill out the contact info to get more information on seeing if they can get this car. So and that's just like the power of using a Facebook ad. And going back, something I forgot to go over is actually the estimated daily results. So basically, you can expect with paying $75 within a week that you get that between 800 and 2,000 people daily. I'm telling you, daily get to see this ad. Okay, and then for post engagements. So post engagements are basically if they like it, if they share it, or if they comment on it, and so that's between 16 and 81 people. And obviously this is just Facebook does put a disclaimer saying that this is just an estimate of based on your guys' audience. So this is only an estimate. It's not anything set in stone. It's just what kind of results you can loosely expect, the bare minimum from Facebook. So this is really awesome to look at. And what I want to do actually right now is look at this case study that happened in last October with a client, and that didn't know how to run Facebook ads. And so basically what happened, which we started him off with a about a $300 budget, and because he wasn't really into Facebook advertising, so we just gave him a nice amount to work with, or for us to work with, more or less. And so what we did is we got his impressions up, 271% from last month. And so basically this was 24,000 people that we got to show an ad to. Okay. So if you can kind of think that impressions is just the amount of people that might just like, figuratively drive by your ad if this was like a billboard ad. Okay. And so out of that 24,000 people, 25,000 people, 17,000 people actually stopped and looked at that ad and actually, were, you could say, interrupted. So they were, going back to the analogy of a billboard, they were actually, driving down a street, and they actually took the time to look at it, and they read it, obviously not to cause a crash, but, they read that. So this was an increase of 191%. Huge increase. And so what happened was, out of that 17,000 people that looked at this ad, about 350 people actually took the action to click on my client's page, or actually click on my client's ad to go to his website. And so this was an increase of 331%. This was the biggest increase out of all these metrics. And so what happened with those 350 people is that they actually converted. They actually turned into someone of a customer. So that just shows, the power of Facebook ads, and, just what's really possible with this day and age of social media, and what you can use with Facebook Ads Manager. So enough with that. I'd like to go over, how you guys will actually make money, and we'll go over this in a very, few minutes, as well as the 3-month battle plan. But first, I just want to look at the packages that I'm offering, and I'm in no way trying to sell you on any of these packages except my advertising campaign plan. So basically, my advertising campaign cost for my services cost $1,000. And basically, what we would be doing is running your Facebook and Instagram ads, as I kind of went through in the Facebook Ads Manager, and then using tailored ad copy to your audience. So you want to, make sure that, this could just be a note for you guys if you guys wanted to decide running your own Facebook ads, is that you want to make sure that, you're writing ad copy that specifically goes towards that audience. You want to make sure that you have the tonality and the wording correct towards, if you're marketing towards people that are teenagers that maybe just got their license, or if you want to be marketing towards people that have more of a mature mentality. So that's definitely something you need to have with your advertising, because if you don't have good ad copy, the pictures could be the best, the video could be the best, the slideshow could be the best, but if you guys don't have ad copy that conveys and that sells and converts, it's really useless. And then beyond that, we guarantee that you get between 9,000 and 14,000 people reached. So going back to my example is that this is reach, and this is impressions. We can guarantee all day long that you'll get X amount of impressions, and that's really easy. What's really hard to get is reach, for those people that to be an impression, but to be a reach. So out of that 24,000, 25,000 people, about 8,000 didn't really like the ad that I wrote. So that was 16,000 people that really were reached by that. So that's what I'm talking about for people's reached, as well as this is just dependent on your guys' advertising budget. To be honest with you guys, I can't work with an establishment that won't put an upfront cost towards spending, $600 to $700 a month on advertising. That's just where I've seen where clients do get the results. And if you guys have an advertising budget less than that, the results are pretty hard to see. So And then going over my other packages, I do have these. You guys don't need a website design. I don't know if you guys need one-on-one coaching. I mean, I feel like anybody's coachable, but that's definitely not what I recommend. As well as, my premier package for $1,500. Definitely don't recommend that. I think that's just overkill for what I want to do for you guys' establishment. And this is just, just a picture of the case study that we went over. So the, you might be wondering, all right, for this $1,000 I'll be paying, Trevor, what's the battle plan in terms of what you'll be doing? So the first thing I'll be doing for the first month is looking to install Facebook Pixel into your guys' website. So if you guys don't know what a Facebook Pixel is, basically, we'll go back to my, okay, so maybe to this website, okay, and they don't have a Facebook Pixel, Payless Auto Sales, okay, and so basically for any tracking to happen, okay, from Facebook to your website, you guys need to have a Facebook Pixel, and what this does, it's this pixel that you pretty much install. It's this coding. I don't really understand it, but basically it's this coding where Facebook can look into what kind of audiences actually do like to go to your website, what kind of audiences actually like to spend time looking at certain pages. Maybe it's your contact page, maybe it's your inventory page, maybe it's your financing page. So we definitely want to install that to get some data on your guys' traffic. And then we want to look at for our ads, looking at running engagement and traffic ads with custom audiences on Facebook. And so these ads would be going over or promoting sales or offers that you guys have, general traffic to your guys' website or your guys' Facebook page, as well as listing of vehicles. It could be as generic as that. The second month, this is, the second and third month is a crucial time where we actually do retargeting ads using the Facebook Pixel and and your guys' Facebook page. Because obviously we're going to be getting an increased amount of followers, so we're definitely going to be marketing towards them. So basically, after, so we get this data from the first month, and then we do some retargeting. And this is usually, possibly a new offer, maybe something a little more sweeter that, someone might not be able to resist. And then, maybe, or if it's just the same offer and we want to see if, they'll just convert. And then again with the second month, we'll be doing engagement and traffic ads on Facebook. So pretty much the same thing from first month, second month to third month. We'll be running engagement and traffic ads. Nothing more. Probably we might want to experiment with other types of ads, but this is going to be the bread and butter for your guys' advertising campaign. And then same thing from the third month, looking at retargeting, or not even looking at, we're going to be retargeting those people from Facebook Pixel, and then your guys' Facebook page, and then as well as running engagement and traffic ads. So going over to the last part of this video is, how will you guys make money from my cost of services, advertising that I'm really requiring you guys to have. So basically, $1,000 per month for my services, and then it's going to be for advertising, between $600 and $700 a month, for you guys to start with, and then this is going to be, easy math, between $1,600 and $1,700 for services and advertising. So because you guys do have cars, ranging of an average cost of about $7,000. It might be a little even more than that. And, from the research that I have done is that, you could see a net profit of maybe 10%. This was just a research number. This might be a little lower, a little higher. But, using these figures, we can calculate that, 10% out of $7,000 is about $700. and $700 times 3 cars is basically $2,100. So for you guys to break even, and for my services to be tangible for you guys, I have to be selling 3 cars every month, so that you guys are actually making money off of my services, and as well as the cost of advertising. So this is just I find makes it a little more easier for maybe a potential client to understand that I'm not just trying to sell you guys and just offer my services and hope for the best, that you guys will be profitable and sustainable. I want to make sure that I'm going towards people that are really ready to take this next step forward in making sure that their establishment will be ready for their kids to maybe own and manage. So just a side note, I couldn't really find a lot of information on how much dealerships make on financing for cars. I know that you guys do financing and offer financing for your cars, so I don't know how much money you guys make with financing. So you can obviously input that into this, and look how maybe possible it is for you guys to for me to join your guys' crew, and look at bumping your guys' establishment up and increasing your guys' amount of cars you guys sell. So that's about it. This wraps it up to the end of the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed looking at what you could do better with your guys' Facebook, as well as looking at what kind of content you should be posting, as well as the other social medias and how to market those, like with your YouTube channel, as well as looking at what your competitor is doing. So as well as looking at the Facebook Ads Manager. So just to really propel you forward, and making sure you guys are sustainable, so and successful. So if you guys like this video, and want to get to know more, and maybe we can even schedule a meeting together to talk about how we can put your dealership at the top in Marysville. My contact info will be down below, and as well, the link to this document will be down there as well. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching this video if you got to the end, and have a good New Year's. So I hope we talk again, and bye. Damn.